Shabbat Shalom. We are currently in the Hebrew month of Adar. Adar is the month when Purim happens. And so, when Purim is near, we are commanded to be joyous and happy. The theme, I don't know what the theme is. You know, I don't like getting to Purim and not knowing what we're going to do. It's very frustrating. But if you want to come to Purim, we have a carnival on Sunday after Hebrew school, and then we have our spiel on Monday night. And since we are the Purim capital of North America, everybody who comes to the Purim spiel in costume gets chocolate or wine, depending on your age. Of course, if you say, Rabbi, I am of legal drinking age, but I prefer chocolate, you may have chocolate. But you cannot say, I am not of legal drinking age, and I will like to trade this chocolate in for the wine. No, you cannot do that. We come now to our Shabbat service. And this evening, we are going to be led by our junior choir and our sixth graders. It is the sixth grade Shabbaton. We are so thrilled to have the sixth grade here to lead us in worship. We are joined by our most excellent sixth grade teachers, Dan Tater, Adam Rubicek, and Rabbi Weiner is not with us this evening, but she is a most excellent sixth grade teacher as well. At this time, it is my pleasure to invite to the bima to bless our Shabbat candles, Michael Feinberg.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mishvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
It is my pleasure to invite our junior choir to the bima to lead us in Hine Ma Tov, which can be found in our Siddur, in our prayer book on page 10. I just realized I don't have a Siddur. Would somebody be kind enough to get me a Siddur thank you. While our fabulous choir sings Hine Ma Tov, page 10. I do, but it's better to have a prayer book. And the choir is going to stay here because we're going to continue in our Siddurim on page 28 with Baruch Hu. Will the congregation please rise?
Am I prepared? Are you listening
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite to the Bima at this time to lead us in Ma'ariv Aravim, which can be found in our Sidurim in our prayer book on page 30, John Thompson.
It's not scary at all. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach sha'arim, ovituna mashena itim, umahalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakohavim, umishmarotehem barakia kirsono, bore yom v'layla, golal or bibne chosheh. V'choshe mipne or uma'avir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uven v'laila Adonai Savaot El Chai v'kayam tamid yim lo aleinu le'olam bad Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Everlasting love. You offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ochev Amo Yisrael.
We continue with Shema on page 34. It is my pleasure to invite to the Bima at this time Nix, Andy, and Ellen.
Please rise. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated. 3, 2, 1. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anohi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha vishinantam levanecha vidibartam bam bishivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot aliadecha behayu letotafot b'neinecha ukshartam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Eloheihem ani Adonai Eloheihem asher hotzeiti atem me'eretz Mitzrayim le'ot lechem le'Elohim ani Adonai Eloheihem.
We invite our junior choir back to the Bima to lead us in Mi Chamocha, which can be found in our Sidur, in our prayer book on page 40.
La 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 la.
You can go sit. Yes. We continue on the top of page 43. Let's read together. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapurei sukat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We continue with Vishamru, which can be found on page 44.
Shamayim ve'et haaretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam berit olam ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, v'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, v'dorotam berit olam.
It is my pleasure to invite Anya, Matthew, and Scott to the Bima to lead us in our congregational tefillah, which can be found on page 46.
Please rise. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita ilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agita ilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzhak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim Ve'Konei Ha'akol Ve'Zoher Hasdei Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Ge'uma Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umashiach Umagen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham v'Ezrat Sarah.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hametim. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh. Oh, please be seated.
Our service continues on page 55. It is my pleasure to invite forward Sam.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh Shabbat.
We continue on page 58, and it is my pleasure to invite forward Esther.
Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, le'olam va'ed. Tzur chayenu, magen yishenu, ata hu lador vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words for the awareness of soul, our light within for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'hana'el adot.
It is my pleasure to invite back to the Bima for Oseh Shalom, the junior choir. We pause for a moment of silent meditation. Tonight we have a very special opportunity. We are here tonight as a congregational family to dedicate a memorial plaque on the board just outside the sanctuary. You see, Elaine Merkovitz is the late mother of one of our very beloved and devoted teachers and inclusion specialists here at the congregation, Rachel Wood. And so tonight we are going to dedicate the plaque for Rachel Wood's mom, and we're going to invite the family of Elaine, all of Rachel's children, grandchildren, everybody who is here for the plaque dedication to take part in the Torah processional. The family will join me outside of the sanctuary. The sixth graders will come back to their area, but everybody is going to rise and follow the Torah out into the hallway where we will stand together, dedicate the plaque, holding the Torah, and then we will come back inside, undress the Torah, and have our Torah service. And so I ask everyone to please rise at this time for Elaine Merkovitz's family to join us in the Torah procession along with the sixth grade class. At this time, we dedicate this hour consecrated to the memory of the departed. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. At family, that walking in the shadow of death, they may see your light. And as we dedicate this memorial plaque with our Torah, to honor the memory of Elaine Merkovitz, and our aspirations. May her memory lead us to love you with all of our hearts. Then indeed will that memory be a blessing. In the name of Elaine Merkovitz, we consecrate this memorial plaque as a sign of love and respect. Tiyehi nishmata tzrura b'tzur hachayim. May her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting. God is her inheritance. May we say together, Amen. We continue with our Torah back into the sanctuary.
Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachtavu le'hakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachtavu le'hakodsho. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachtavu le'hakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachtavu le'hakodsho.
Please be seated. Our Torah portion for this Shabbat is called Tetzaveh, and it begins with the daily mitzvah given to Aaron and his sons to kindle the menorah, the candelabra in the Mishkan or tabernacle, with pure olive oil. God describes to Moses the special garments which are to be worn by the priests, the Kohanim, during their service, woven and crafted from materials donated by the people. After then describing the offering to be brought in the tent of meeting every day of the year in the morning, afternoon, the Torah portion concludes with the command to build the last of the tabernacle structure. You can follow along with this week's Torah portion in the large maroon commentaries, those Etz Chaim commentaries found under the seat in front of you. If you're in the front row, it's under the seat under your chair. But if you are in rows 2 to the last, they are found in front of you on page 503. Ta'amod Rivka bat Avraham v'Sara la'aliyah ha'Torah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Ve'ata tetzaveh et bnei Yisrael. You shall instruct the Israelites, vayichu elecha, to bring shemen zayit zach, clear olive oil, katit la meor, from beaten olives, for the or, for the light, laha'alot ner tamid, for the kindling of the ner tamid, one of which we have back here next to our ark. The ohel moed, in the tent of meeting, michutz leparochet, outside the curtain, asher al ha'edut ya'aroch oto, those shall be set up, Aharon uvanav, Aaron and his sons, may erev ad boker, from evening to morning. Lifnei Adonai, before Adonai God, chukat olam, as a law for all times, lidorotam, may 8 bnei Israel, and it will be something for the Israelite, the children of the Israelites. Ve'ata hakrev alecha et Aharon achicha. You shall bring forward achicha, your brother Aharon, Aaron, ve'et banav, and his sons, ito, with him, mitoch bnei Israel, from among the Israelites, lekahano li, to serve me as priest, as kohen. Aharon, Nadav, Avihu, with his priests Aaron, Nadab, and Avihu, ve'Eliezer, ve'Itamar, and Eliezer and Itamar b'nei Aharon, sons of Aaron. Vayasita bigdei kodesh, and make special holy garments, la'Aharon achicha, for your brother Aaron, lekavod ultif aret, for honor and for dignity. Ve'ata tidaber, and now you shall say, I'll call chokmei lev, those who have wisdom in their hearts, asher melito ruach chokhmah, whom I have endowed with ruach chokhmah, with wisdom of spirit. Va'asu et bigdei Aharon, to make special vestments for Aharon, lekadsho lekahano li, for consecrating him, to make a breastpiece and a ephod, a robe, and a headdress. Vehem yikhu et hazahav, ve'et tachelet, ve'et ha'argaman, a robe, a fringed tunic, a headdress, and a sash. Ve'et tolaat hashe'e, ve'et hashesh. They shall make those sacred vestments for Aaron and his sons, for priestly service to me. Va'asu et ha'ephod, and therefore they shall receive gold, blue, purple, and crimson yarns. They shall make the ephod of gold. Zahav, tachelet, va'argaman, purple and crimson yarns, tulaat shani, v'shesh mishzar, of twisted fine linen, ma'aseh choshav, it worked into designs.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Toret emet, v'hei olam nat miktohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Our thoughts now turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Rabbi Fred Wenger, Bridget Stern, Jacob Weston, Susan Wilkerson, Andrew Zahn, Frederick Bryan, Melissa Bowman, John Eulenberg, Carol Nymark, Trudy Goldsberry, Carl Home, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Misha Berach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov ve'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yevarech v'Rapeh et Kol Cholei Yisrael v'Yishlach lahem b'mheira Refuah Shlema Refuah Tanefesh Refuah Taguf and Omar. Amen. May the God who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen. Ya'amod, Daniel Ezra ben Yoel v'Yehudit Hagba, Ya'amod, Michael ben Benjamin Galila. Will the congregation please rise?
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe Lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite to the Bema at this time to lead us in the prayer for our country, Rachel Wood.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Help us to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we serve you. Bless our country that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its border, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your name hallow ever home and every heart. We praise you, O God, the source of peace.
We continue on the bottom of page 259 with the prayer for the state of Israel. It is my pleasure to invite forward Adam Rubicek.
O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread it over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Our service continues on page 256 as we rise to return the Torah to the Ark with the singing of Eitz Chaim Hi.
Eitz Chaim Hi lamachazikim b'tomchecha meushar. Eitz Chaim Hi lamachazikim b'tomchecha meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those who all pass to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those who all pass to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Please be seated. It is especially fitting that we tell this story on this Shabbat, that we talked about these special garments that Aaron and his sons were told to wear in the Torah portion, because there was once this guy, he worked in a factory, and he didn't have the nicest clothes, but he had heard that everybody had been invited to a village party. And he had not actually been invited, but he thought, well, as long as everybody else had been invited, what's one more person? If I crash, nobody's really gonna notice. And so after work, after his shift, he got off from work, and, well, he didn't really have time to clean up. And, well, truth be told, he was a little bit dirty, because he just worked an 8 or 10 hour shift. And this is back in the olden days when they really didn't have 8 or 10 hour shifts. Maybe it was 12 hours. So he might have even been a little stinky. And so his beard had started to grow in because he hadn't shaved that day. And he was still wearing his uniform from the factory. So when he got to the house where the party was happening, because he'd seen it posted on Facebook. Okay, just kidding. They didn't let him in. They said, "You're not welcome here. You don't look like us. You don't fit in." Well, he was very despondent, and he left, and he went to his best friend's house. Well, his best friend hadn't been invited either, and his best friend didn't go thinking he could crash. But his best friend happened to be the tailor of the town, and he said to his friend, Chaim, tailor of the town, "I couldn't get in. They wouldn't let me in." And Chaim said, "You do look a little schleppy. Tell you what we're going to do. Why don't we give you a little shower, a little shave, and do I have an Armani suit for you? In fact, go shower, go shave, put this suit on. I will sew it in. It will be form-fitting, and you will look fabulous." So sure enough, he put on the Armani suit. His friend Chaim the tailor got him all set up. He put on a little cologne, little aftershave, and he went to the party. A couple of hours later, dressed in fine garments. And you know what happened? They saw him. They opened the door. They said, "Come in. We've been waiting for you." And they showed him to his chair. And he sat down, and in front of him was this magnificent banquet filled with the most succulent meats, fine fruits and vegetables and sausage and puddings and things that, oh my God, it was delectable. And he sat there in his fine Armani suit, looking at all this food. And he said rather loudly, "Wow, Mr. Ty, you look really hungry. Would you like some pudding?" So he took some pudding, he took out his tie, and he started spooning the pudding on his tie. The people were looking at him very oddly. They thought, wow, this is interesting. He's dressed so finely. Why is he putting all that pudding in his tie? Then he said to his shirt, "Mr. Shirt, you look like you can use some gravy." So he opened up his coat, took the gravy, jumped the gravy on his shirt. Then he said to his coat, "Mr. Coat, you must be very hungry, being a coat all day long. Why don't we give you some turkey?" So he took some turkey slices and put it in the pockets of the coat. And then he looked at the green beans, and he said to his pants, "You need some green beans." So he took the green beans and he put it into the pockets of his pants. Well, at this point, the people of the party are all staring at him in horror, aghast. And he said to him, "Kind sir, what are you doing?" And he said to them, "Well, when I came here before and I was dressed in my work clothes, nobody let me in, nobody fed me, nobody said we were waiting for you and sat me down in this fine chair in front of this fine food. But then I went and changed my clothing and I came here and you welcomed me, so clearly you wanted my clothes to be here and you wanted my clothes to eat, not me." And it begs the question of, does the clothing make the man? And the answer is, look, we've just lived through a pandemic where I don't know about you, but I lived in my pajamas, at least pajama pants, for 2.5 years. And we are just now coming back into our sartorial splendor, our clothing. And so I give the message of, we should never judge someone based on their clothing. That always you should be welcome here, especially at our congregation. Come as you are. Whatever you are wearing, we are thrilled you're here. Now, do we want you to be wearing your pajamas? No. But if you're here in your pajamas, we'd rather you be here in pajamas than not here at all. So there you go. But I think we're going to see later on, as the years go by, a resurgence of fashion. I think, mark my words, you are going to see people will become fashionable again. Are you ready? I'm thinking spats will make a reappearance. And with the spats for men, bell bottoms. Those are my predictions. We'll see how we do. Yes, you've heard it here tonight. But never let what you're wearing stop you from coming to synagogue. Come as you are always welcome. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Lisa Popowski, and I'm honored to share short or a little bit long announcements with you this evening. Thank you to our usher, Andrea Alterman-Lax, and our greeters, the Simon family. Thank you to everyone who helped serve soup tonight. Thank you to the 6th grade class for leading services, and to Cindy and the junior choir led by Terry for the music. Thank you to the security team for providing security this evening. Mazel tov, John Thompson, and your family on John becoming bar mitzvah. Join us tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. when John is called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. Celebrate Purim with Eitz Chaim. There will be a carnival this Sunday, March 5th, following Sunday school, in our spiel to retell the story on Monday night. There will be a special announcement and you are not going to want to miss it. February is Jewish Disability Awareness and Inclusion Month. Our Inclusion Committee will be hosting guest speaker Pamela Schuler all weekend to speak to various groups of the congregation. Because of our special guest, next week will only be streamed via Zoom and not via YouTube. Please register to get the link. And last but not least, we are so excited to tell you about this year's annual fundraiser. We're having a cash raffle with multiple prizes, including a grand prize of $5,000. You can enter the raffle by text by visiting our website calendar or scanning the QR code on tonight's handout or even the banner in the lobby. Tell your friends and family too. Everyone is welcome to enter. Please join us after services for a wonderful oneg in the social hall sponsored by John's family. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Well, our 6th grade class has a very special announcement, and so it is my pleasure at this time to invite Scott, Anya, and Matthew to come forward to announce their special announcement.
Good evening. Our names are Scott Simon,
Matthew Casper,
And Anya Linton.
and our 6th grade mitzvah project is supporting Teen Trees.
Teen Trees is organized by Mr. Beast and other YouTubers.
Mitzvot are a group of commandments that protects trees.
The name of our synagogue, Et Chaim, Tree of Life, reminds us of the importance of trees.
There's even a holiday dedicated to trees, Tu B'Shvat.
If you know math, $1 donated equals 1 tree planted.
That's all you need to do to support the trees.
There are 2 buckets to donate to, one in the library and one in the social hall.
Thank you for donating. Good
Good night.
Well, I don't know about you, but I know I'm going to be donating. I mean, who can resist that, right? At this time in our worship service, we are going to begin our concluding prayers. And as we announced earlier, as we dedicated the plaque to Elaine Merkovitz, it is her family that is here to honor her. And so it is my honor to invite all of her great-grandchildren who are willing to do so, only if they're willing to do so, to come forward to the bima at this time to open our ark so we may sing Aleinu on page 282. Will the congregation please rise?
Aleinu l'shapeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
ונאמר וחי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
At this time in our worship service, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth and whose yahrzeit we commemorate. We recall with love Leo Greenberg, father of Barbara Stoller, Marcia Harris, sister of Alan Harris, Charles Mintz, father of Dan Mintz, Anita Paradise, mother of Randy Paradise, Lillian Friedman, mother of Cindy Viano, Marge Gilbert, mother of Mark Gilbert, Phyllis Landau Lanik, sister-in-law of Eileen Landau, Rose Lewis, mother of Carol Meyer, Millie Livingston, aunt of Marion Mintz, Ben Marion, father of Michael Marion, Morton Paradise, father of Randy Paradise, Anne Rosby, mother of Sarai Rosby, Tobias Blaustein, father of Eric Blaustein, Joseph Cohen, father of Marcia Gibson, Michael Dashnaw, father of Kathleen Herback, Brenda Forrester, wife of David Statt, mother of Josh and Nathan Statt, Barbara Hall, mother of William Hall, Ruth Merowitz, aunt of Carol Nymark, Bernie Schechter, uncle of Leah Notaris, David Balin, father of Stuart Balin, Marilyn Teller, mother of Nancy Fain, grandmother of Jackie Fain Klein, Frank Nader, grandfather of Evan Katz, father of Sherry Katz, Betty Novak, aunt of Scott Burstein, Bobby Rosengarten, cousin of Scott Burstein, Richard Tolpin, father of Lisa Miller, Joanne Benura, sister of Joseph Benura, Helen Dashaw, mother of Kathy Herback, Adele Nothman, mother-in-law of Charles Loomer, Max Nothman, father-in-law of Charles Luner, Vera Nothman, sister-in-law of Charles Luner, Werner Gruber, grandfather of Bonnie Madison, Zora Jiraga, grandmother of Dubravka Jiraga, Ruth Kellum, aunt of Evan Katz, Selma Lenser, mother of Maxine Marr, Helman Isaac Nymark, father-in-law of Carol Nymark, Rose Smulin, grandmother of Deborah Shudroff, Diane Spanger, aunt of Denise Niederman, Jessie Stauffer, grandmother of Gail Rosen. We also remember Carol Aaron, Harry Rosenberg, and we mourn the recent passing of Jack Epstein, founding member of Congregation Etz Chaim. In fact, he was the last living founding member who just passed away. Jessica Zellermeyer, cousin of Carol Nymark, Selma Ellis, mother of Ron Elmis, grandmother of Jamie Ellis, and David Kanowitz, uncle of Ed Silverstein, great uncle of Daniel Silverstein. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we recite Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294. Will the congregation please rise? Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon uvyomei chon uvchayei dechal Beit Yisrael, ba'agalal uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam olmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen. V'imru, amen.
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to invite back the junior choir to lead us in our closing song. Terry, what's our closing song tonight? Or Zarua. I love Or Zarua. They didn't like. Oh, okay. That's okay. We'll sing Or Zarua tonight. All right, my fabulous. What page? That's a great question. 3.
Definitely not 3.
Anybody who finds Or Zarua first gets a prize at the Oneg. It's on page 343. I get the prize. Okay, 343, Or Zarua.
Guys ready? What's in the back? You got it?
Yeah.
You ready? You know it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or Zarua, God Sadiq.
love my 6th grade class. Come on up, and my teachers, please come up for Kiddush and Motzi. And my junior choir has to stay here for the cuteness factor. You don't have to be 6th grade, you just have to look cute. And so let's sing together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemahaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, b'yahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mikadesh haShabbat. Amen. Let's join together for Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. May all of you be blessed with the most precious gift of Shabbat laughter, Shabbat light, and peace. And let us say together, Amen. And now I think our 6th graders and junior choir has earned a nice cookie. So let's go into the Oneg Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.